In the year 2147, humanity had reached a pinnacle of technological advancement and interstellar exploration. Mars, once a barren red planet, had been terraformed and colonized by humans for decades. However, unbeknownst to the settlers, an ancient Martian civilization lay dormant beneath the surface. As human activities expanded, they inadvertently awakened these Martians, who viewed the newcomers as invaders threatening their ancestral home. Deep beneath Olympus Mons, the largest volcano in the solar system, the Martians stirred from their slumber. Their technology, though ancient, was sophisticated and capable of incredible feats. As they rose from their subterranean cities, they observed the human colonies sprawling across their planet with a mix of curiosity and disdain. "These humans," murmured Zalcor, the Martian leader, as he surveyed the surface through advanced holographic displays. "They defile our sacred lands with their machines and structures." The Martians decided it was time to reclaim their world. They began mobilizing their forces, preparing to drive the humans back to Earth. On a crisp Martian morning, human settlers in New Ares City noticed strange lights flickering on the horizon. Before long, those lights revealed themselves to be Martian ships, sleek and shimmering with energy fields that defied conventional physics. "Incoming vessels," shouted a human scout over the colony's communication network. "All units, prepare for engagement." The first shots were fired in low orbit as Martian drones descended upon human installations. Despite being caught off guard, the humans responded with remarkable resilience. Using improvised defenses and leveraging their ingenuity, they managed to repel the initial wave of attacks. Back on Earth, news of the Martian aggression spread rapidly. The United Earth Council convened an emergency meeting to address the crisis. General Sophia Nakamura, renowned for her strategic brilliance during previous extraterrestrial conflicts, took charge of the situation. "We cannot allow this unprovoked attack to go unanswered," declared Nakamura with steely resolve. "We will defend our people and our colonies at any cost." Dr. Elias Moretti, a leading scientist in alien technologies, was tasked with analyzing captured Martian tech to develop new weapons and defenses. "The key to victory lies in understanding their technology," Moretti explained. "If we can adapt it for our use, we will have a significant advantage." With Earth's resources mobilized and new strategies in place, humanity launched a counteroffensive against the Martians. Fleets of starships equipped with cutting-edge weaponry set course for Mars, determined to reclaim what was theirs. Captain Miguel Maverick Rodriguez led his elite squadron into battle with characteristic bravado. "Let's show these Martians what it means to mess with Earth." He rallied his troops as they approached Mars' atmosphere. As battles raged across the Martian landscape and skies, humans demonstrated unparalleled tenacity and adaptability. Engineers quickly modified captured Martian drones for reconnaissance missions while soldiers used guerrilla tactics honed over years of interstellar warfare. Let me know if you'd like me to continue this story or explore any specific aspects further. The initial human counterattack had been successful, but the Martians were not easily deterred. Utilizing their advanced subterranean networks, they launched a coordinated counteroffensive, striking at human supply lines and communication hubs across Mars. Their knowledge of the planet's terrain gave them a strategic advantage, allowing them to strike swiftly and retreat before human forces could mount an effective response. "They're adapting faster than we anticipated," reported Lieutenant Sarah Chun, as she analyzed the latest battle data. "We need to change our tactics if we want to maintain our foothold on Mars." Back on Earth, Dr. Elias Moretti and his team worked tirelessly to develop new technologies using captured Martian equipment. One breakthrough came in the form of a hybrid energy shield that could protect human bases from Martian energy weapons. "This shield should buy us some time," Moretti explained during a briefing with General Nakamura. "But we need to disrupt their command network if we want to turn the tide in our favor." General Nakamura nodded, her mind already racing with possibilities. "We need to hit them where it hurts. If we can find and neutralize their central command hub, we might be able to cripple their operations long enough to regain control." A daring plan was devised. A small team would infiltrate Martian territory and locate their command center. Captain Miguel "Maverick" Rodriguez volunteered for the mission, eager to take the fight directly to the enemy. "It's time to show these Martians what Earth's finest can do," he declared with a confident grin. "We'll sneak in, disable their systems, and get out before they know what hit them." Equipped with stealth technology and guided by intelligence gathered from captured Martian drones, Rodriguez and his team set out under the cover of night. Their journey took them through treacherous terrain filled with hidden dangers and hostile patrols. As they approached the suspected location of the Martian command hub deep within Valles Marineris, the team encountered resistance unlike any they had faced before. Automated defenses sprang to life, forcing them to rely on every ounce of training and ingenuity to survive. "Keep moving," Rodriguez shouted over the din of battle. "We're almost there." Finally reaching the entrance to an underground facility, they breached its defenses and descended into its depths. Inside, they found a labyrinthine complex filled with advanced technology far beyond anything humanity had encountered. In the heart of the facility lay the Martian Command Center, a vast chamber dominated by holographic displays depicting battle scenarios across Mars. At its center stood Zalcor himself, orchestrating his forces with precision. "You dare intrude upon our sanctum?" Zalcor hissed as Rodriguez and his team entered. Rodriguez raised his weapon, but hesitated when he saw something unexpected: fear in Zalcor's eyes. "We didn't come here for bloodshed," Rodriguez said calmly. "We came for peace. But if you force our hand," realizing that further conflict would only lead to mutual destruction, Zalcor paused before lowering his defenses. "Perhaps there is another way," he murmured thoughtfully. As Captain Miguel "Maverick" Rodriguez and his team stood in the heart of the Martian Command Center, a tense silence filled the air. Zalcor, the Martian leader, regarded them with a mixture of defiance and curiosity. Despite the initial hostilities, both sides realized that continued conflict would only lead to mutual destruction. "Perhaps there is another way," Zalcor murmured, his voice echoing through the chamber. Rodriguez lowered his weapon slightly, sensing an opportunity for dialogue. "We're not here to destroy your world," he said calmly. "We came to Mars seeking a new home, not enemies." Zalcor considered his words carefully. The Martians had long viewed humans as invaders, but perhaps there was a chance for coexistence. "Our ancestors spoke of a time when we might share our knowledge with others," Zalcor admitted. "But trust must be earned." With tensions eased, both sides began tentative negotiations. The humans offered to share their advancements in terraforming technology to help the Martians restore their planet's surface, while the Martians agreed to share their ancient knowledge and energy technologies. Back on Earth, General Sofia Nakamura and Dr. Elias Moretti worked tirelessly to facilitate this newfound cooperation. They understood that this alliance could lead to unprecedented advancements for both civilizations. "This is an opportunity to learn from each other and grow stronger together," Nakamura emphasized during a council meeting. "We must seize it." Meanwhile, on Mars, human settlers and Martians began working side by side. The initial distrust slowly gave way to mutual respect as they collaborated on projects that benefited both communities. Dr. Anika Patel led a team of scientists in studying Martian technology, uncovering secrets that had been hidden for millennia. "Their understanding of energy manipulation is astounding," Patel remarked during a research briefing. "If we can integrate this with our own systems, the possibilities are endless." However, as humans and Martians worked towards peace, a new threat emerged from the depths of space. Unbeknownst to both parties, their conflict had attracted the attention of a powerful alien race known as the Xylurites, beings who thrived on chaos and sought to exploit divided worlds. Reports of strange ships appearing at the edges of the solar system began to surface. These sightings were initially dismissed as anomalies until one fateful day when an Earth outpost near Jupiter was attacked without warning. General Nakamura received the distress signal and immediately convened an emergency meeting with her allies on Mars. "We have a new enemy on our doorstep," she announced gravely, "and they won't stop until they've taken everything from us." Recognizing the gravity of the situation, Zalcor pledged Martian support in defending against this new menace. "We will stand with you against these invaders," he declared firmly. "Together we shall protect our worlds from those who seek to destroy them." With renewed determination and unity forged through adversity, humans and Martians prepared for battle once more. Not as enemies, but as allies fighting for their shared future. Let me know if you'd like me to continue this story or explore specific elements further. The infiltration team, led by Captain Miguel Maverick Rodriguez and Dr. Elias Moretti, cautiously advanced through the labyrinthine corridors of the Martian Command Center. The air was dense with tension, illuminated only by the faint glow of alien glyphs etched into the metallic walls. Every step forward brought them closer to the heart of the Martian operation, but also deeper into enemy territory. As they approached what appeared to be a central chamber, their comms crackled with interference. Miguel gestured for silence, his sharp instincts warning him of an impending ambush. The team halted, weapons at the ready, as a low hum began to resonate through the structure. Without warning, a squad of Martian sentinels emerged from hidden alcoves, their sleek forms shimmering with energy shields. The humans opened fire, but their bullets and plasma rounds dissipated harmlessly against the alien defenses. Thinking quickly, Miguel activated a device Moretti had rigged earlier, a pulse emitter designed to overload energy fields. The Sentinels' shields flickered and failed, and the humans pressed their advantage with precision strikes that neutralized the threat. Breaching the central chamber, they found themselves face-to-face with Zalcor, the enigmatic leader of the Martians. He stood before a massive holographic display depicting Mars and Earth locked in a web of strategic calculations. "You come here seeking victory," Zalcor said in a voice that reverberated with authority. "But you do not understand what you have unleashed." Miguel raised his rifle, but hesitated as Zalcor gestured toward the hologram. "Look," the Martian leader commanded. The display shifted to show an ominous fleet of ships emerging from deep space. Massive vessels bristling with weaponry unlike anything humanity or the Martians had ever encountered. "They are coming," Zalcor continued. "The Xylarites, harbingers of annihilation. Your war against us has drawn their attention." Moretti stepped forward, his analytical mind racing as he processed the data on display. "If what you're saying is true, then neither of us can stand against them alone." Zalcor's expression softened slightly as he regarded the humans before him. "Perhaps there is wisdom in unity after all." Miguel lowered his weapon completely, extending a hand toward Zalcor. "Then let's end this war and fight together for Mars, for Earth, for survival." Reluctantly, Zalcor clasped Miguel's hand in a gesture of uneasy alliance. Back on Earth, General Sophia Nakamura received word of the truce and immediately began coordinating joint operations between human and Martian forces. The combined intelligence and resources of both civilizations were directed toward preparing for the arrival of this new existential threat. The Xylarite fleet loomed ever closer, their intentions clear: total domination. But humanity and Mars were no longer divided. Together, they forged new weapons and defenses that blended human ingenuity with Martian technology. As the united forces prepared for battle, Miguel addressed his troops one final time before deployment. "This isn't just about Earth or Mars anymore," he said passionately. "This is about proving that no matter how different we are, we can stand together against anything that threatens our existence. Let's show them what it means to fight like humans." The soldiers cheered as they boarded their ships, ready to face whatever horrors awaited them in the cold void of space. The combined human and Martian fleets surged through space, a formidable armada forged from the fires of conflict and newfound cooperation. As they approached the edge of the solar system, the looming presence of the Xylarite fleet became increasingly apparent. These alien invaders, drawn by the chaos of previous battles, threatened to consume both Earth and Mars in their relentless quest for domination. Captain Miguel Maverick Rodriguez stood on the bridge of the flagship Unity, a vessel symbolizing the alliance between humans and Martians. His gaze was fixed on the tactical display, where countless Xylarite ships formed an ominous wall of destruction. All units, prepare for engagement. Miguel commanded, his voice steady despite the enormity of the task ahead. Remember, we fight not just for ourselves, but for every being that calls this solar system home. Beside him, Zalcor monitored the Martian systems integrated into their defenses. The Martian leader had become a crucial ally, lending his strategic expertise to the joint operation. Their formation is designed to overwhelm with sheer numbers, Zalcor noted. But if we can disrupt their command structure, we might create an opening. Dr. Elias Moretti, stationed in the ship's science bay, worked tirelessly with his team to analyze Xylarite technology. They had discovered a potential vulnerability, a resonance frequency that could interfere with the invaders' communication systems. We have one shot at this, Moretti communicated to Miguel and Zalcor. If we can deploy this frequency at just the right moment, it might buy us enough time to strike back effectively. As the fleets clashed in a dazzling display of firepower and maneuverability, human and Martian ships wove through enemy lines with precision. The Xylarites fought fiercely, their advanced weaponry testing every facet of the Allied defenses. Miguel's squadron spearheaded an assault on a key Xylarite command ship. With deft piloting and coordinated strikes, they managed to breach its defenses long enough for Moretti to deploy his experimental frequency disruptor. The effect was immediate. Confusion rippled through the Xylarite ranks as their communications faltered. Sensing an opportunity, Miguel rallied his forces for a decisive push. Now's our chance. All units, focus fire on their command ships, he ordered. The tide of battle shifted as human and Martian forces pressed their advantage. The once impenetrable wall of Xylarite ships began to crumble under the relentless assault. Meanwhile, on Earth and Mars, civilians watched anxiously as news of the battle unfolded. Hope mingled with fear as they awaited word of victory or defeat. Back on Unity, Miguel coordinated with Zalcor to exploit every weakness in the enemy's formation. Their combined efforts paid off as one by one, key Xylarite vessels were disabled or destroyed. Finally, after what felt like an eternity of intense combat, the remaining Xylarite ships began to retreat. Cheers erupted across both human and Martian channels as it became clear that they had won a hard-fought victory. But even in triumph, there was no room for complacency. The battle had revealed just how vulnerable their worlds could be in an ever-expanding universe filled with unknown threats. As Miguel stood on the bridge amidst celebrations and relief, he knew that this alliance, born out of necessity, had become something far more profound, a testament to what could be achieved when disparate peoples united against common foes. And while peace now reigned over Earth and Mars once more, everyone understood that vigilance would be essential in safeguarding their shared future among stars yet unexplored. The alliance between humans and Martians had barely solidified when a new threat emerged. At the edge of the solar system, strange signals began to disrupt communication networks. What initially seemed like background noise soon revealed itself as something far more sinister. A fleet of ships, sleek and black as obsidian, entered the system. These ships bore no resemblance to anything seen before. Their design was alien even to the Martians, who had records of countless ancient civilizations. The newcomers called themselves the Vraxis Dominion, an empire that spanned countless star systems. They were conquerors who thrived on subjugating other species, assimilating their technology and resources into their ever-expanding dominion. Their arrival in the solar system was no accident. They had been drawn by the chaos of the human-Martian war and saw an opportunity to claim both planets for themselves. The first encounter was brutal. A Martian outpost on Phobos was obliterated within moments of the Vraxis fleet's arrival. Their weapons were unlike anything humanity or Mars had faced before. Energy beams that warped space itself, tearing through defenses with ease. General Sophia Nakamura, now leading the combined forces of Earth and Mars, quickly convened an emergency meeting. "We don't have time to waste," she said firmly. "The Vraxis are here to conquer, and they won't stop until we're either enslaved or destroyed. We need to hit them hard and fast before they gain a foothold." Zalcor, the Martian leader, nodded in agreement. Their technology is advanced, but it is not infallible. If we can disrupt their command network, we may stand a chance. Dr. Elias Moretti and Dr. Anika Patel worked tirelessly to analyze data from the Vraxis attack on Phobos. They discovered that the alien ships relied on a centralized AI system to coordinate their movements, a potential weakness that could be exploited. If we can infiltrate their network and disable their AI core, we could cripple their fleet, Moretti explained during a strategy session. Captain Miguel Maverick Rodriguez was tasked with leading a daring mission to board one of the Vraxis command ships and plan a virus designed by Moretti's team. The mission was dangerous, but Miguel was undeterred. Let's show these invaders what happens when they mess with Earth and Mars, he declared as his team prepared for deployment. The combined human-Martian fleet engaged the Vraxis ships near Jupiter in a battle that lit up the gas giant's orbit with explosions and energy blasts. The Vraxis fought with cold precision, their ships moving in perfect unison. But humanity's unpredictability and Martian ingenuity proved to be formidable countermeasures. As Miguel's strike team approached their target, a massive Vraxis dreadnought, they faced relentless resistance from enemy fighters. Using advanced cloaking technology provided by Martian engineers, they managed to evade detection long enough to dock with the dreadnought. Inside the alien ship, Miguel and his team encountered an environment unlike anything they had ever seen. Walls that seemed alive, pulsating with energy, corridors that shifted and reconfigured themselves as if responding to their presence. It was a labyrinth designed to confuse intruders. "Stay sharp," Miguel ordered as they navigated the ever-changing corridors. "We have one shot at this." After what felt like hours of tense exploration, they reached the AI core, a massive structure pulsing with blue light. Moretti's virus was uploaded into the system just as enemy reinforcements closed in on their position. "We got company," shouted one of Miguel's team members as alien drones swarmed into the chamber. Miguel held his ground, covering his team as they completed the upload. The moment the virus activated, chaos erupted throughout the Vraxis fleet. Ships lost coordination, colliding with one another or drifting aimlessly through space. Back on Earth and Mars, cheers erupted as news of the successful mission spread. But General Nakamura remained cautious. "This isn't over yet," she warned. "The Vraxis will regroup, and when they do, we need to be ready." As humanity and Mars prepared for what would undoubtedly be a prolonged conflict, one thing became clear. Together, they were stronger than ever before. And no matter how powerful their enemies might be, they would fight tooth and nail to defend their home. The humans and Martians had barely begun to celebrate their victory over the Xylurites when a new threat emerged. This time, it was the Vraxis Dominion, a powerful alien empire known for its ruthless conquests and advanced technology. The Vraxis had been monitoring the solar system for some time, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Their ships appeared at the edge of the solar system, sleek and ominous, exuding an aura of menace. The Vraxis were unlike any enemy humanity or Mars had faced before. Their technology was far beyond anything seen in the galaxy, and their tactics were as brutal as they were efficient. General Sophia Nakamura quickly convened an emergency meeting with her Martian allies and the leaders of Earth's defense forces. "We have a new enemy at our doorstep," she announced gravely. "The Vraxis Dominion is known for leaving nothing but destruction in its wake. We must prepare to defend our solar system at all costs." Zalcor, the Martian leader, nodded in agreement. "Our alliance has proven strong before. Together, we can stand against this new threat." Dr. Elias Moretti and Dr. Anika Patel immediately began analyzing data on the Vraxis ships, searching for any weaknesses that could be exploited. Meanwhile, Captain Miguel Maverick Rodriguez was tasked with leading a reconnaissance mission to gather intelligence on the enemy fleet. As Miguel's team approached the Vraxis ships, they were met with a barrage of energy blasts that forced them to retreat. The Vraxis were clearly prepared for any incursion, their defenses nearly impenetrable. "These guys are tough," Miguel reported back to General Nakamura. "We're going to need something special to get through their defenses." Back on Earth and Mars, scientists and engineers worked tirelessly to develop new weapons and technologies that could counter the Vraxis threat. They focused on enhancing their existing defenses with Martian technology and creating new offensive capabilities that could penetrate the enemy's formidable shields. As preparations continued, it became clear that this would be a battle unlike any other. The Vraxis were relentless in their pursuit of conquest, and they would not stop until they had claimed the solar system as their own. But humanity and Mars were determined to stand their ground. With their combined strength and ingenuity, they prepared to face the Vraxis head-on, ready to fight for their homes and their future among the stars. The humans and Martians, united in their struggle against the Vraxis dominion, had forged an alliance that seemed unbreakable. Their combined fleets patrolled the solar system. Their scientists worked side by side, and their leaders coordinated strategies to ensure the survival of both civilizations. Yet, beneath this fragile unity, tensions simmered. Zalcor, the Martian leader, had grown increasingly wary of humanity's rapid technological advancements. The humans, with their relentless drive and ingenuity, had begun adapting Martian technology at an alarming pace. What had once been a partnership of equals now felt, to Zalcor and his advisors, like a slow erosion of Martian sovereignty. In secret meetings deep beneath Olympus Mons, Martian generals voiced their concerns. The humans grow stronger every day, one of them warned. They adapt our technology faster than we anticipated. If this continues, they will surpass us entirely. Zalcor remained silent for a moment before responding. They are resourceful, yes, but they're also reckless. Their ambition knows no bounds. We must ensure that Mars remains sovereign, even if it means taking drastic measures. The decision was made. The Martians would betray their human allies, striking swiftly and decisively to reclaim control over the solar system. The betrayal began with sabotage. Key human installations on Mars were disabled by covert Martian operatives, cutting off communication and leaving Earth's forces vulnerable. At the same time, Martian ships turned on their human counterparts during a joint patrol near Jupiter, destroying several vessels before retreating to Martian-controlled space. On Earth, General Sophia Nakamura received the devastating news. "The Martians have betrayed us," she exclaimed during an emergency meeting with her top advisors. "They've sabotaged our defenses and attacked our fleets. We must respond immediately." Dr. Elias Moretti and Dr. Anika Patel worked frantically to assess the damage caused by the sabotage while also devising countermeasures to protect Earth's remaining assets. "We need to disable their systems before they can strike again," Moretti suggested. "If we can disrupt their command network, we might be able to regain the upper hand." Meanwhile, Captain Miguel Maverick Rodriguez was tasked with leading a retaliatory strike against key Martian installations. Despite his anger at the betrayal, Miguel remained focused on the mission. "They thought they could outsmart us?" he said to his team as they prepared for deployment. "Let's show them what happens when you cross humanity." As human forces launched their counteroffensive, battles erupted across Mars and its surrounding space. The once united allies now fought bitterly for control of the solar system. Yet amidst the chaos, whispers began to spread of another threat lurking in the shadows, an unknown force watching from beyond the edges of the solar system, waiting for its moment to strike. The humans and Martians, now locked in a bitter conflict after the Martian betrayal, found themselves facing an even greater threat. The Vraxis Dominion, a galactic empire known for its ruthless conquests, had entered the solar system, drawn by the chaos of the human-Martian war. Their fleet, dark and imposing, loomed at the edge of the system, ready to strike. General Sophia Nakamura stood in the command center on Earth, her face set with determination as she addressed her remaining allies. "We cannot afford to fight on two fronts. The Martians have betrayed us, but if we don't deal with the Vraxis first, none of us will survive." Dr. Elias Moretti, who had been working tirelessly to adapt captured Martian technology for human use, nodded in agreement. "The Vraxis are unlike anything we've faced before. Their technology is leagues ahead of ours. But if we can disrupt their command structure, we might have a chance." Meanwhile, on Mars, Zalcor and his generals watched as the Vraxis fleet began its approach. The Martian leader had underestimated humanity's resilience and ingenuity. Now he realized that his betrayal had left both Mars and Earth vulnerable to annihilation. "We must reconsider our position," Zalcor said to his council. "If we continue this war with the humans, we will all fall to the Vraxis. It is time to negotiate." But before any message of truce could be sent, the Vraxis launched their first attack. A massive energy beam tore through one of Mars' orbital defense stations, sending debris raining down onto the surface below. On Earth, similar strikes targeted key military installations. Captain Miguel "Maverick" Rodriguez, still reeling from the Martian betrayal, was called back into action. "I don't care who started this mess," Miguel said as he prepared his squadron for battle. "Right now, we fight for survival. And if the Martians get in our way, well, that's their problem." As human and Martian forces scrambled to respond to the Vraxis assault, a desperate plan began to take shape. Dr. Moretti proposed using a prototype weapon developed from Martian energy technology, a device capable of disrupting the Vraxis fleet's advanced shielding systems. "It's untested and unstable," Moretti warned during a briefing with General Nakamura and Captain Rodriguez. "But it's our best shot at leveling the playing field." Miguel volunteered to lead the mission to deploy the weapon deep within enemy territory. "If this works, we might just have a chance to turn this around," he said with his trademark confidence. As Miguel's team prepared for their mission, Zalcor made an unexpected move. He contacted General Nakamura directly through a secure channel. "We were wrong to betray you," Zalcor admitted solemnly. "If we do not stand together now, there will be no Mars or Earth left to fight over." Nakamura's expression was unreadable as she considered his words. "You have a lot to answer for, Zalcor. But if you're serious about helping us stop the Vraxis, then we'll need every ally we can get." With an uneasy truce established between humans and Martians once more, their combined forces launched a counteroffensive against the Vraxis fleet near Jupiter. The battle was fierce and chaotic as ships from all sides clashed in a deadly dance of firepower and strategy. Miguel's team successfully infiltrated a Vraxis command ship and deployed Moretti's prototype weapon. The resulting energy surge disrupted the Vraxis shields across their entire fleet, leaving them vulnerable for the first time. "All units, focus your fire. Take them down," Nakamura commanded from Earth's control center as human and Martian forces pressed their advantage. But even as victory seemed within reach, new signals began appearing on long-range sensors. Additional Vraxis reinforcements were en route. The solar system's defenders had won a critical battle, but it was clear that this war was far from over. In the aftermath of the fierce battles against the Vraxis Dominion, humanity and their Martian allies stood victorious. The solar system, once a theater of war, now lay quiet under the watchful eyes of its defenders. However, the cost of victory had been high, and the scars of betrayal lingered between Earth and Mars. The humans, having successfully repelled the Vraxis threat with their combined might and ingenuity, turned their attention to consolidating their power within the solar system. General Sophia Nakamura, hailed as a hero for her leadership during the conflict, understood that the fragile peace needed to be maintained through strength and unity. On Mars, tensions simmered as Zalcor, the Martian leader who had once betrayed humanity, faced mounting pressure from his own people. The Martians were divided. Some sought reconciliation with Earth, while others harbored resentment over their diminished status in the solar system's new order. In a bold move to secure Earth's dominance and prevent any future insurrections, Nakamura ordered a decisive strike against Zalcor's stronghold deep beneath Olympus Mons. Captain Miguel "Maverick" Rodriguez led the operation with precision and determination. "This ends today," Miguel declared to his team as they prepared to infiltrate the Martian command center. "We can't afford another betrayal. It's time to bring stability back to our worlds." The mission was swift and surgical. Using advanced cloaking technology and tactical expertise honed over years of warfare, Miguel's team penetrated the heart of Martian defenses. They encountered resistance, but pushed forward relentlessly until they reached Zalcor's chamber. "You leave us no choice," Zalcor said defiantly as Miguel confronted him. But know this, Mars will not bow easily. Miguel responded with steely resolve. It's not about bowing, it's about ensuring peace. Your actions have left us no other option. With Zalcor's defeat, Earth solidified its position as the dominant power in the solar system. The Martian leadership was restructured under human oversight, ensuring that future cooperation would be based on mutual respect and shared goals. Back on Earth, celebrations erupted as news of victory spread across continents. Humanity had not only survived, but emerged stronger than ever before. The alliance with Mars was reforged under new terms that promised prosperity for both worlds. As General Nakamura addressed a gathering of leaders from Earth and Mars, she emphasized the importance of unity moving forward. We have faced great challenges together and emerged victorious. Let this be a new beginning for our civilizations, a time when we work hand in hand to explore the stars and secure our place in this vast universe. With peace restored and humanity firmly in control of its destiny, plans were set in motion to expand beyond the solar system. New technologies developed during the war would pave the way for exploration into uncharted regions of space. The future was bright with possibilities as humans prepared to leave their indelible mark on the cosmos, not just as survivors, but as pioneers ready to embrace whatever lay beyond the stars.